Big news, guys. Now that the Republicans are poised to retake the House, very likely the Senate, and probably many governors' mansions, the liberals who have tormented us over the past 2 years, who shut down our businesses, who made our relatives die alone, who kept our kids out of school, who forced us to choose between keeping our jobs and injecting ourselves with a dangerous experimental drug, the liberals who called us idiots and murderers for not wanting to destroy the global economy and turn our kids into lab rats, those liberals are now calling for a truce. What are the odds? Isn't that so weird? Headline in The Atlantic: let's declare a pandemic amnesty. We need to forgive one another for what we did and said when we were in the dark about COVID. You know, we just all did some things. You know, some of us kept your kids out of school and forced your relatives to die alone, and some of us had our kids kept out of school and had our relatives forced to die alone. You know, it's just like we're all kind of the same here, right? Some of us destroyed the global economy and injected everyone forcefully with an experimental and dangerous drug. And some of us had that done to us. And so it's like kind of all the same, right? And we all just need to move past it, don't we? I won't read the entire article. You should. Just some highlights. While discussing the social distancing and the stupid hankies on your face and all that, they say these precautions were totally misguided. In April 2020, no one got the coronavirus from passing someone else hiking. Outdoor transmission was vanishingly rare. Our cloth masks made out of old bandanas wouldn't have done anything anyway. But the thing is, we didn't know. We didn't know. Some of us knew. I knew. You knew. But we didn't know. Some people thought that the hanky was going to stop the global pandemic. You know, we just didn't know. In spring and summer 2020, we had only glimmers of information. Reasonable people who cared about children and teachers, advocated on both sides of the reopening debate. They didn't. All the people who were completely wrong and who often had very bad intentions were on the side of keeping the schools closed, and all the people who had mostly good intentions and who were correct were on the side of reopening the schools. The people who got it right, for whatever reason, may want to gloat. Those who got it wrong, for whatever reason, may feel defensive and retrench into a position that doesn't accord with the facts. Treating pandemic choices as a scorecard on which some people racked up more points than others is preventing us from moving forward. No, you are preventing us from moving forward. You people, you libs who got everything wrong and who inflicted a great deal of pain, usually intentionally, usually with a lot of glee on people. You, by refusing to acknowledge your transgressions, uniquely your transgressions, you are preventing us from moving on because you won't let us learn a damn thing from the last 2 years. You won't acknowledge anything. You won't admit anything. You won't say that you're sorry. We have to put these fights aside and declare a pandemic amnesty. Moving on is crucial now because the pandemic created many problems that we still need to solve. Yeah, right. The first problem we need to solve is you people. You're the problem. You're the one who inflicted all the problems on us. The pandemic, such as it is, the virus, was just a virus. There are viruses, there are epidemics, there are pandemics. That was not the trauma of the last 2.5, 3 years. The policies that you all forced on us, the hideous anti-human policies, global economy, global political order destroying policies that you inflicted on us. That was the problem. Pretty big change of tune, wouldn't you say? Because last year, you didn't get all this kumbaya, let's all get along kind of stuff. Last year, they were laughing at the thought of our deaths. LA Times, mocking anti-vaxxers' COVID deaths is ghoulish, yes, but it may be necessary. It's necessary to mock the deaths of conservatives who are skeptical of the dominant regime. They were making the moral case for mocking our prospective deaths. But that was then, you see, and this is now. That was back then when they had all of the power. But now, we conservatives might have even a little tiny bit of power. So let's just call it a day and move on, right? Right? I don't think so. I think the best that I can offer in response to let's have a pandemic amnesty is military tribunals. I want these monsters arrested and tried and shipped off to Guantanamo Bay, frankly. That's my initial negotiating position. And it damn well had better be the position of the Republicans that we're about to elect. Because anything less than a full accounting of the lies and deceit and outright crimes of the COVID era will be nothing more than an invitation for the libs to do it all again.